Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of Sense of Survival, where we want to help you move from merely surviving with money to thriving with money. All right, so give us a recap. Where are we at here on these videos?
So we've covered baby step 1, which is $1,000 in a savings account, emergency fund. Baby step 2 is your debt snowball, where you're ordering your debt smallest to largest. You're paying off the smallest debt and then moving up from there to get all your debts paid off. Step number 3 is 3 to 6 months in an emergency fund. Step number 4 is investing 15% of your gross income into your retirement.
Right.
Okay? And now today is step number 5, which is
College funding for your kiddos. So that's what we're looking at today. As Tasha mentioned, we have done previous videos the last few weeks. So if you're just now catching on and you're thinking, how did we get here? Why are we paying for our kids' college already? Go and look back on those previous videos, check them out, watch them. All we're doing is marching down the baby steps that Dave Ramsey puts out. There's 7 baby steps that he talks about, and we're on baby step number 5, which is college planning. So you may or may not need this step, okay? So far, all these other steps that we've done, most people will at some point need them. You need your emergency fund, you need to pay off your debt, you need to save something for retirement. This is the first one where some people may not need it, as far as your kids may already be grown and out of the house, and if so, that's great. You may not have kids. Great, skip this step, move on. But for those of us that do have kids, or have any sort of kids that you like in your life and you want to help them maybe go to college, this video is for you. So we're going to talk about how to college plan. So as we know, college funding or paying for college has been one of the major pain points for the last 2 or 3 generations of people. As they've gone to school, walking out with hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loans, and then possibly getting married to somebody that also has thousands and thousands of dollars of student loans, and finding...
That's us.
Yeah, that's us. I love you, though. I love you. So as you walk off the college campus and you go to get your big boy job and you're starting your life and you're just slammed with all these student loans, now as a part of what we're trying to do with our kids is to not leave them in that type of scenario where they have to be burdened with the student loan debt that we were. This student loan crisis snuck up on, I think, our parents and parents before us, not realizing how quickly college costs were being exacerbated and how quickly they were going up. But now we're aware. And we're making changes and making sure that our next generation, our kids, are going to have every opportunity to go to school debt-free.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Debt-free. That may sound impossible. I get it. People are already looking at this video going, these people are nuts. There is no way. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a way, and that doesn't mean having a whole pile of cash necessarily piled up the day that your 18-year-old student goes marching on the college campus for the first time. There's going to be some steps that we're going to take. There's going to be some different strategies that we're going to be able to take, but we're going to be able to make this happen for you. So first and foremost, I want to say, not every kid's going to go to college.
Right.
That's okay. There are college savings plans, things of that nature that even if you save up in them, 538 plans, things of that nature, even if you save up in them and those kids end up not going to college, you can roll them over to a sibling if you need to. There's ways to deal with that money that you have saved if the kid doesn't go to college. That's okay. Trade schools, maybe they, find their passion at 18 years old and start a job and go tackle life. There's nothing wrong with that. But if college is something in your plans for your kids, we wanted to walk you through what that looks like as far as college savings. So for us, we have a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old, and then a 4-year-old. By the time we're out of debt, which we hope to be at the end of 2020, that's our get out of debt goal. We're only going to have probably by the time we get through baby step number 3, we're probably only going to have about 6 years to start saving for her retirement. So, not her retirement, her college. So, we don't anticipate having a pile of $150,000 sitting there ready to write the check for her 4-year degree. We just don't anticipate that being the case when we get to that spot. So what we're doing in the meantime is we're reading, we're studying, we're figuring out what we need to do to prepare her best for getting ready to go to college. So I wanted to talk about a book that I've been reading. This is by Anthony O'Neill. It's called Debt Free Degree, and it's by one of Dave Ramsey's personalities, Anthony O'Neill. And he is one of the foremost speakers in the area when it comes to talking to young people who are in high school, junior high, getting ready for college. So when this book came out, I was super excited to read it because it walks you through every step of the way of what to expect, what you need to know, and what you need to be doing at different points of your child's development and growth as they get ready for college. One thing that I learned, Tosh, when do you think he suggests you getting started? You start preparing your kid for college?
I'm gonna say 9th grade.
7th grade. 7th grade. Middle school. We're talking about middle school.
That's only 1 year away.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying. But there are strategies in this book to get you started on your kids when they're in middle school. Now, if your kids, again, are in 9th grade or you're getting ready to start high school, it's not too late. You haven't missed the boat on anything, okay? But I just wanted to, if you are watching these videos and you have really young kids and you're like, oh, college is so far away, I don't even want to start beginning thinking about that. Well, I just wanted to let you know that it's not quite as far away as you might have thought. So you can start, when you start talking about teaching your kids what to do in middle school to get ready for, college tests, college scholarship applications, those what things that are going to look good on a college application, 7th grade comes fast. Do you remember when you started prepping for college?
Ugh. I feel like I was probably a sophomore.
Yeah, I remember being drugged to college prep meetings my junior year and just thinking, Mom, you're wasting my time. My mom also really tried to encourage me to fill out college applications. And I just remember being so kind of flippant about it and be like, I'm not going to win these things anyway. It's a waste of my time. And man.
Oh, for scholarships?
Yeah. And man, for every month that comes by that we are sending another big fat check to our college loans, I'm thinking.
What do they say? Experience is the best wisdom, something. We have lots of wisdom.
We have lots of wisdom when it comes to student loans. So, as far as funding for your students' college, like I mentioned, there's lots of different investment tools.
529.
529. Thank you. I think I said something wrong earlier.
You said 538.
Yeah, that's not
it's 529.
it. 529s is what I was looking for.
Those are college savings accounts.
Right. Some states have like prepaid college. We would tend to advise you to stay away from those. Anything that somebody is dictating what your money is doing at any point in time other than you is not necessarily a great plan. So on those 529s, we're looking at ones that you're responsible for the investments that it's in and you get to choose, not somebody else. So just keep that in mind. But all sorts of things, working while you're in college, that's not child abuse. There is plenty of time for your student to go to school, have a life, but still work as well, earn money and pay.
Rachel Cruz, Dave Ramsey's daughter, says students who work while in college actually have better grades because they are learning time management. So I know that we both worked in college, but we would be definitely advocates for student investment into their education. And I think, we talk about having our kids saving up to pay for our kids' college, but really we want it to be a partnership with our kids.
Right.
So that's where we're starting in 7th grade, and maybe Anton can delve a little more into maybe a few things that you would start doing at that point. But We want both of our kids to be invested into what they're going to do in college. So as far as grades, volunteering, being involved, applying for scholarships, all of those things aren't going to be just our job.
Right.
So part of our job as parents is making them aware that this is something we're all going to do together. And, you know, a benefit of us having to pay off our student loans is our kids have seen that.
Right.
They've seen the grind of us getting out of, and that's been the majority of our debt payoff is our student loan debt. And so our kids have seen that grind, you know, hey, we're not going to get to go to Disney World or Disneyland. We're going to have to wait a few more years because we're still, you know, doing our debt snowball. And so our kids know, see, understand that, and that helps them see that for the future. They don't want to go through that either. So it's going to be a big partnership journey for all of us through the next 6 years of education.
And that's a great point, because we're not saying that you have to write the check for 100% of your kids' education. No. That's not what we're saying. But what we would like to see is the lessons taught and those conversations to make those kids more aware of things to do. So in this book, it walks you through all sorts of tips and tricks. I'm not going to make this a huge long video, but I do recommend check this out at the library. Debt-Free Degree by Anthony O'Neill. Check it out at the library or pick it up on Dave's website. It's a fantastic read because it talks you through what you can be doing now. And some of those conversations with the 7th grader is just having those conversations of what the next few years is going to look like. Like, we are not writing a check for 100% of your college. It's not a free ride on us, if that's what you're choosing to do. So what that means is, here's some things that we need from you to help you get prepared for this college journey. Because the last thing we want them to do is to walk onto college campus and be bombarded by credit card companies and, you know, giving out free pizzas and because they're adults now, they can make their own decisions, right? We can't tell them no anymore because, you know, they're adults. But we can prepare them long before they step foot to not make some of the dumb decisions that many people do. When you sit down on college campus and for a free t-shirt, you get locked up into credit card debt. So Anthony O'Neill walks you through his journey. When he started college, he was debt-free. And within, I believe, 15 months of being in college, he had $25,000 in credit card debt and $15,000, I believe, in other consumer debt, like furniture and things like that for an 18-year-old college kid. So he's, again, learned from the School of Hard Knocks as well, and so he's just wanting to teach you and walk you through what that looks like for college planning. So check that book out. We're not going to get way too far in depth in it on this video, but yes, there's lots of websites for scholarships. Start early. Your sophomore can start filling out student loan. No, not student loans. Student scholarships, not student loans. Scholarship applications. They can start filling them out as early as their sophomore year, I believe, and start applying for those scholarships. And now the mindset I wish I had when my mom was asking me to do these when I was in high school is, yeah, you're not going to get every scholarship. You're going to apply for 100 and hope to get 1 or 2, okay? A small percentage. But if you're spending an hour a night on these scholarships, or maybe 10 hours a week or something on these scholarships, and you end up earning $1,000, $1,500 here, $2,000 here or there, when you start breaking that down by your hourly earnings, that's probably going to be a whole lot better than you were doing working your minimum wage job in high school too. Not that I'm saying you can't do both. You can absolutely and should do both. But I wish I would have understood the time management / reward of sitting down at the grinding table, banging out those the scholarship applications based on how much I could have earned in that time period. Because especially when you start filling out a lot of these applications, you're going to start to see that they ask a lot of the same questions. They ask for a lot of the same types of papers. So if you get 1 or 2 or 3 papers that are really good, you can start recycling them, and it makes it easier, and just fine-tuning them for whatever scholarship you're looking for. Go out, and work hard and get that money and encourage your kids to do so. All right, so the last thing we have to do in this video is what did Anton buy? So I have a few things that I've been tucking away for these videos. I picked up a couple of small little autographed basketball cards. These are University of Arizona Superstars. That's my favorite college team. Now they're pros. And so I collect their autographs because I'm weird like that. Anything else you had to say?
Nope.
All right, so look forward to the next video, which will be baby step number 6, which is paying off your mortgage. Can you imagine living in a home that you don't owe any money on?
It's not paying off your mortgage. It's insurance. Oh, it is paying off your mortgage. I'm thinking of the videos. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine living in a house that...
Those are 7 baby steps.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Paying off your mortgage.
You're going to have to edit this. Baby step number 6, which is paying off your mortgage.
Yes.
Can you imagine living in a house that's completely paid for?
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. All right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye.